At Piraeus, every container lift supports jobs and supply lines. Shifts in policy oceans away can affect call frequency, shifts, and household incomes.
All this uncertainty, the disruption of a balance that existed, is likely to hit jobs first and with them our income and our families' daily lives.
The U.S. is preparing higher port fees for ships tied to China. Beijing has authorized countermeasures for extra charges to limits on port access. With a major Chinese operator hub at Piraeus, Greece could feel the effects early.
In the last 2 months, we've seen a downturn in import trade and in transit cargo, a big part of Piraeus' work. It's early, but the trend is worrying.
When routes change and bills rise, the effects travel the chain, from key to freight rates and eventually to Europe's shelves.
For every ship that operates in a competitive market, so for all Greek-owned ships, the impact will be significant. China announced the day before yesterday that it will impose tariffs on all ships connected to American interests or to companies listed on the American stock exchanges.
Greece controls nearly 1 in 5 ships worldwide, central to Europe's connectivity. If port fees and detours persist, costs climb, timetables tighten, costs that importers and then consumers may face. About 60% of EU imports arrive by sea. Greek owners hold roughly a fifth of global tonnage. When port fees rise, voyage costs rise, and prices can follow. Rerouting adds days add costs. Network adjustments could shift transshipment patterns at Piraeus or other European ports as carriers optimize schedules.
The immediate risk is sharply higher freight rates. If you restrict the supply of acceptable ships while demand holds, transport prices jump, and that feeds through to industrial costs and what consumers pay.
For now, the near-term impact on European ports appears limited, but much depends on how broad and how long any measures last.
Pandora's box has been opened. We're moving into a protectionist regime, so it's difficult to estimate how these policies will proceed and to ultimately assess precisely what the impact will be, especially for carriers such as the Greek home fleet and the Greek shipping companies, in terms of international competition.
Fees rise, routes shift, timetables tighten. With tougher rules and longer routes, costs climb. What's decided at sea could determine what shows up on European shelves. Evangelos Ipsos for CGTN from the port of Piraeus.